Well, I must start this video with a little bit of an apology. I've just been to Grimsby. They've just won 5-1 against top of the League 1 team Plymouth Argyle after losing to bottom of the League 2 team Hartlepool the week before. So I'm very, very happy, but it's November the 5th. How did I even forget that? It is, of course, bonfire night, and I'm recording after a game, so apologies if you hear a little bit of an ambience of explosions in the background or a dog whining, because the dog isn't a big fan of them, as I'm definitely a big fan of getting today underway. We've got the jumper on, we've actually got the kit underneath, if you can just see that one. Tilt the camera down a little bit so you can actually see my face a bit more, as we have our final episode of season number 4 up here today. As yes people, fireworks well underway in the background as welcome back to episode number 9, I'm pretty sure this one is, of season number 4 of this Grimsby Town to Glory FIFA 23 career mode. And on an unlucky number, we've had a superb day in real life, as they are spoilers already on the screen. Apologies, where are my manners? If you have not seen the previous episode, do make sure you go ahead and watch that one before coming to this one. And of course, hitting that like button if you're enjoying the series altogether. And that subscribe button if you wouldn't mind as well. That would mean the world to me, as we are on 8,195 subscribers at the time of recording this one. So thank you guys a bunch. As I've already shown you the table really, haven't I? We play a big team today at the start, as I'm pretty sure the playoffs are gone. So you might think we're playing for nothing. We're not. We're playing for pride, playing for a top half finish, and playing for money next season, as it is possible getting in there, but we'd have to win all the games, and the teams above us, in between us and the playoffs, which is about 7 or 8 teams, have to lose all of them. So yeah, you can see where I'm coming from. The last episode didn't do as well, as we stay in Lancashire for the trip to Turf Moor, away from home against Burnley, chasing the league then. We have Plymouth Argyle away in this episode as well. How fitting from today. As then we have Cardiff City and then Sheffield United, who we beat at Bramall Lane to end us off with. And I definitely can't shut these fireworks off. They're just going off one by one, as we've got a couple of messages talking about game time. I make the decisions here, Josh Eccles. Delabashiru, big fan of playing. I know what he can do. Reggie Stone saying, or McAtee, should I say, saying he wants to play ahead of Reggie Stone. You're a big player, Bryn, and Reggie Stone wants to be in the team. I'm going to make a decision, because I'm thinking about possibly not playing him in this game. I have got decisions to make over this team. A lot of ratings have gone up, of course, which is a good thing. And Bryn Morris, actually, I said he might play, but he hasn't signed a contract here at the club, stating that he maybe wants to move elsewhere soon. So maybe not him, but McAtee for Reggie Stone would be a decent switch. He needs to get on form, does McAtee, as well, as I've got a very young bench. I think I'll add a bit more experience onto it and into the first team. I'll play Eccles for this one, and I'm also going to play Allsop, yes. Oh no, actually no. I'm going to still go with Carter Hodgson in goal, Josh Eccles at right wing back, Godwin, Sverko, Scales and Gleno, scored in real life today as well, with Alex Mowat and Delibashiru in the middle of the park, John McAtee just in front, with Cullen and Cox. Or do I make another change in that? I'm thinking potentially Delibashiru for Harry. Delibashiru already hit the heights this season, so Harry, to get a bit of form going, I do not want to leave him behind. He's a player I really want to go on the journey a long time with us, so keep Harry in the team. For this first one, away to another decent stadium. And the team we face here at Turf Moor, Zawazuri, who is a striker in real life for them, Roberto, and what a signing with Manuel, Chernilov, Gerson, Santos da Silva. What a team this is. Florentino, 282 rated DMs, with Balde moving from Barca to Burnley, Popov, Gulde, De Silva, Bailey Peacock Farrell actually starts in goal. Oh, look who's on the bench. Lewis Richardson, and also Ricky Puig from Barca. Barca to Burnley. Company's doing a madness. Saying that though, they still are in the championship, so like fireworks in real life, let's have an explosive end to the season, shall we? It's not a great pass from Alex Mowat straight away. on the back foot a little bit. Quite an easy read, but we have managed to just sloppily gift it straight back to them. And here is Chernlov, experiencing our first season at Schalke with him, as Scales keeping hold of the ball very well. Carter Hodgson still playing his part in the team, as that's a foul on us. Decent stadium, of course, Turf Moor. Don't mind being here and taking in the ambience as Godwin to start running. I thought we were going to run out of play there, but manages to keep that in into Harry. He was man of the match for me today. Absolutely brilliant work as the best defensive team, as you kind of imagine from Burnley. No offence to them, quite defensive outfits. That's a pass around the corner. Going to try and break the line straight away with Gleno against his former club. Going for one. Very unlucky with that try. Has a good touch to get us back in the middle onto McAtee. McAtee's going to go out wide here with a nice little switch. Just hits our man in the head, but does go through. And we've got to pass on there. Coxey into Cullen. And what a save. What a stop from Bailey Peacock Farrell. That one is. A huge chance to take the lead away against, of course, title-chasing Burnley, as that's just avoided and hit towards the halfway line. We've won the header, though, with Eccles, who stayed back. This is good football from us. McAtee, almost. Very close, as here is Josh Eccles receiving the ball into McAtee on a turn. He gives it into Coxey, who needs to try and keep this ball, and does. Gives it straight out wide, as we do have a run in front of us, but Gleno to just circle back, keep this ball very nicely. Scales through the middle. This is on to John McAtee, trying his luck from range. Plenty of space, but again, just over. Playing some decent stuff, however. Scales dispossessed on the edge. That was a brilliant ball through. We still haven't got it. Josh Eccles has to cope better at getting the ball than he did do just there, but we do manage to get a tackle in with Godwin. And he's going to try and run it away a little bit, straight into Harry Clifton. Trying to step aside of his man, but still not doing so. And another chance for Burnley to get at us. A touch in the box, but still gifted away. Shot comes in. Easy save. And not good attacking-wise from both sides, really, in this first half. I mean, we've had a big chance, but it was saved brilliantly by the ex-keeper, Bailey Peacock Farrell. As maybe another chance before the break, though. That's a brilliant ball in from Coxey onto Cullen, who this time puts it wide himself. As I tell you what, it's no fault than our own that we're not in front here at Turf Moor. We've definitely been the better team, I would say, now in terms of chances. Not many, but two huge ones as Harry. Everyone's running away from that ball. That's not great. As the half-time whistle does go there as well. Harry apologising for his pass. The only thing we need to be apologising as a team for, to the fans, is not scoring. In desperate dire need of that goal that should be coming for us, as Eccles tackled, I wouldn't say nicely, but they've got the job done on us. As a pass there, Godwin kind of intercepted, and we managed to pass it away right here onto Alex Mowat. He's overstepped the mark though, and again they'll get a run at us. It's took out wide a little bit, and that gives Eccles plenty of time to come across and get his tackle in, but again robbed. This is not great from us. Robbed and a bit of a run at us. They've got an angle and they've slotted it home. Can you believe it? We've been all over Burnley, really. But when you're chasing a title, should I say, it just takes that one bit of luck, and Roberto gets it. Just a finish slotted in at the near post of Carter Hodgson. Not great goalkeeping from him. And a big goal for the Clarets. That is not great. That is not good at all for us. So gotta get going again as Josh Eccles steps inside into Harry Clifton. Now onto Cullen. He can't keep the ball, so Eccles will get this chance to get it again. Gotta fly at them a little bit now. It's into Cullen. He deserves a goal. He's gonna go again. And Peacock Farrell with a big save as Reggie Stone. Let's get him on the field. Let's get him on the field. I just thought he might need a rest this game, but see if he can make the difference now. He's had a bit of a rest as Godwin tries to head that down. Goes all the way up to Harry Clifton, lining up the volley, but completely spooning that one. And Carter Hodgson to get a roll out right there into Godwin. As we've got just 20 minutes, I'd say, left. As what is Godwin Malif doing? That is shocking. Marine Sverko, though. What a tackle from the Croatian at the back to make sure that wasn't more costly than it possibly should have been for us. As Eccles gets this ball around the corner. We're going to chase this game. We don't deserve to lose, as Coxey just runs past it a little bit. It's gone upfield as well, as Severko underneath it again. Good defending from him. Coxey around the corner into Cullen. A good touch. And again, Bailey Peacock Farrell keeps him out. It's time for Duncan Watmore. It's not working with what's his face, Cullen at the moment. So Cox is going to get this shot, trying something new. Not Harry to shoot. Not really. Godwin I want shooting either. Cross that across the box towards Reggie Stone, who heads it down. Doesn't reach Watmore. All over Burnley. I think they are top of the league as it stands as well, but we're not going to get anything from this game as it stands, and we've deserved the 3 points, I would definitely say, on how this game's gone, as Mowat round the corner into Watmore. Needs that run and gets the run from Gleno. His former club, he was in the academy there. That's a good ball into Watmore, who puts it over. And it looks like we have just been unlucky. Deli Bashiru coming on now for Alex Mowat as we're chasing this ball down. This is goodbye to the playoffs now as it stands. There's 1 minute left, and I think a draw's goodbye to it as well. As Gleno chasing this down. Not getting there, but the ball's out of play. And 2 added minutes, to be fair. Could we salvage a draw? Got to get this ball quickly forward. And that's a brilliant ball from Deli Bashiru. Reggie running in front. If he can get there, maybe a chance. But the defender's there first. Gets there again. Onto Brownhill as the whistle goes. A 1-0 win for Burnley. A deserved one as well. As we are swept aside by a very decent team who I think will be in the Prem next season. As actually I do say swept aside, but I definitely don't mean it. I think we should have won that game as loan deal from Zulte. Reject that. I am not loaning players out for 2 years. Whatever club it is, as Eccles, other players look up to you, I'll say. Reggie, disappointed, don't beat yourself up. Really grateful that he's in the picture is Louis Coyle. And he wants to start playing again, does Jasper Moon. Take the decisions to myself. As we do stay 13th after that one. And I think, although we did beat him in real life, Plymouth has to be a simulated game right here. Don't think it's really one we afford to play. Is this Caden Jackson talking about his contract? I think it might be. As Maguire Drew, what's Maguire Drew saying? He wants a chance. I'll make the decisions, Jordan. I'm very, very sorry. Just thinking money, Caden, because no offence, I don't want you here. If you aren't going to put the club first, but sorry, what's the point? As Cox is still up front. Pritchard comes in, Shepherd comes in, Eccles moves to the side, Harry's still in the team, and Reggie Stone for the simulation against one of the teams in the relegation zone. I don't know if the bottom, 32 points to me, kind of screams second bottom or bottom. No, it is second bottom. Derby County, in fact, bottom, and they beat us this season, I'm pretty sure. As we're away from home, it's a long travel. Ryan Hardy up front, he was playing for them in real life today. Scar was as well. Let's see how it goes against them. It's a 1-0 win. Normal business finally resumed as Hardy got theirs, or missed a penalty should I say, to not get theirs, as Cullen got one with 10 minutes to go. That's a good result, as we are 12th in the league right now. 2 points over as opponents next, which is Cardiff, and I do think it is a solid mid-table finish that we're gonna get. With Sheffield United in mind, maybe I field a full team against them, but maybe I rotate it a little bit against these, as Bryn Morris, I'm unhappy with at the moment. Maguire Drew's gone up a rating, wrong opposition I'll say. And into this next one, now the table's kind of fitting its last shape, I'm gonna rotate heavily. There's a lot of youth. Pritchard, Jasper's not entirely youth, but I'm going to try him ahead of Dennis. Shepherd's in. We've got Maguire Drew asking to play, so he will get his chance. And Goodwin gets a start up front with Coxie, as I'm going to keep McAtee on there. Powell comes onto the bench. Pratt, I'm still looking for a loan deal. I don't think his shooting's good enough. He does look a decent player for the future, but not right now. As Clark, not right now as well. We're going to go with that one. Cardiff City. Was it away from home, this one? Mid-table? No, it is at home, so a long travel for them. As I'm hoping to get some business done here against the Blues. Do remember now, we got the win against these early on in the seasons. Callum O'Dowda, Keon Atete and Shelby Ojo, the front three. With Joe Rawls, the ever-present, and Bilal Hussein, who looks a very decent player in the middle of the park, with Andy Rinamotta, a good one as well, sitting. Jamal Lewis, what a signing that is for them, with Curtis Nelson, who's retiring, Alex Ferrari, what a name, and Devontae Daly Campbell. Carter Green is the goalkeeper. They've got the likes of Robinson, Mehmeti, Bagan on the bench, Max Waters, Perry and G. Good bench as well as first team, so hoping for a result maybe. And I'm saying maybe, I hope 100%, as Harry's got his armband back now. Godwin is in the team, and I'm going to give it back to Harry. He needed a bit of a lift, it seemed to me, after that last game. Of course, he did seem decent, but maybe just low of confidence. He hasn't been starting as much as he probably wants to, as the ball's just gone past him a little bit in the middle. Still shuffling across to try and make a tackle. Clifton to just chase his man down a little bit and does get a touch on this ball. Very good work from Harry to try and run away right here. He's got Godwin in front of him, or Goodwin. This is Goodwin. We've got Godwin in the defence. How fitting. We'll just have to get that the right way around as Dion Atete, big tackle from Godwin. How is that a foul? And how late do you want to blow your whistle, referee? As now Joe rolls to whip one and it's straight into the midriff of Hodgson. That'll be an easy stop as now Jasper Moon. He's got Coxey in front of him a little bit and does reach Dan Cox. What can he do right here? He's on a bit of an angle. He's our number 9. He's going to go to try and power it. Unfortunate for him. Very unlucky as chasing this ball back a little bit. And we've got right side of them. Need to get a tackle in, and we do. Pritchard now to run away with this one as he needs to get that back into the middle of the park. There we go. On to Harry. Now on to Goodwin, who's going to get it across into Coxey, who slips. Very unfortunate as Tommy Shepherd reading the ball away in the middle. Half an hour in, our relatively young / rotated lineup doing very well for themselves as Goodwin, a brilliant touch, but no, just can't keep running with it. He is, of course, in Ultimate Team vocabulary, a lengthy player, I must say. I'm pretty sure there's a chance for Dion Atete on a turn, and that is wide. There's Alex Mowat with the ball through the middle right here. On to Maguire Drew, as Maguire Drew's going to charge forward a little bit. No pressure really on him. And Goodwin was just in front of him, almost nipped in to get that ball as Alex Mowat. That's a brilliant read in the middle of the park from him. Straight around the corner into Tommy Shepherd. That's a good ball onto Coxey. And surely if that earlier one's a foul, that's got to be a foul for us. But nothing given as now the Bluebirds to try and run at us. Got to go across as Tommy Shepherd. It's gone round the corner into Dion. But he gets there again to block it. I'm very much liking this man. Had his loan at Ibiza and come back to Freeman Street with an aim to be in this team next year, as he's done a good job. Half-time, 0-0. And with how his team is actually lined up, this is not bad at all from us, I've got to say. Very impressed as Clifton coming across to try and make a tackle. It's going to slightly go past us, but Jasper Moon to read this one, a couple of passes off. As Alex Mowat to feed that through onto Dan Cox. He's got the run down this side of Coyle and his really weird ponytail animation, as that's got to be a foul. And he just took his time for the referee to blow that whistle as Coyle through to Jasper Moon. Tried a turn, but I think he were off. As Rina Motta with a ball through onto Dion Atete there, and what a challenge from the youngster again. It is all the Shepherd show this game. Brilliant defending as Maguire Drew making a run through the middle. Hang on, it could be in Jordan here. He loves to score important goals for this club. Oh, and it's just wide. Very unfortunate as a ball through the middle now. And it's Harry Clifton to step away. He's got it through onto Maguire Drew. And that's a good ball here for Alex Mowat. Just read by Curtis Nelson in the defence though. And we're starting to pick up steam, I would say. Maybe some subs to make quite soon. Few more changes made as well after that one. Duncan Watmore to come on. As a ball through the middle straight onto Alex Mowat. Or Mowat, I think it might actually be. As now Watmore going out wide and does find a ball into Ethan Pritchard to whip it in first time onto Coxey. He took it, but he couldn't get the shot off. I'm pretty sure them fans would have been screaming shoot at him, but he didn't do it. As that's on a great tackle from Godwin as well, straight into the book. As a ball into the box right there and a header away. Straight onto Duncan and now passed into Mowat, who's going to look and wait for a run around the corner onto Gleno. Could this potentially be a chance for us? He's gone a little bit wide, but not enough as it's not a great run from him. Just 2 minutes now left of this half. It's going to be a brilliant one as it stands, a brilliant win as Daly Campbell across the field into the middle now onto Shea Ojo. Trying to run past us. We're trying to steamroll it back. We haven't got a tackle in. Ojo keeps on running. He's got Etete, who might have another pass off. Godwin watching him on his back. Now through the middle onto Andy Rinamotta. A little bit of a gap. Got to make sure they can't get a shot off. It's chipped out wide into the last 4 minutes. Fireworks trying to distract me really intensely at the moment. Going off in the background as Daly Campbell. Oh, it wasn't a decent tackle as it's hit the crossbar. And get rid of that Pritchard. We'll take the point. Jeez, a little end scare right there. As that could have been an explosive ending for the Bluebirds. I guess we just moved from that. I mean, a good clean sheet, a first clean sheet, possibly. for our man in between the sticks, Carter Hodgson, as we can't go any higher in this league than 11th. Middlesbrough making the gap pretty difficult, but we could actually go as low as 15th, which isn't great. Do we gamble on a top half finish, or do we just play the youth? Maybe. I'm kind of thinking we do the same as we did just before. If we did lose, what an in-between season this has been. It would be 15 wins and a big voice break, 15 defeats and 16 draws. Bang it in the middle. As Haugsund making an approach for Caden Jackson. Sorry, Caden, but I do think that is a move that potentially could be happening if that club do want him fully. As I do think we need some boys off the wage bill if we're going to sign big time for next season. To be fair, I think his wage bill could go higher. I've had it, of course, said in the comments, and I do listen to the comments and react to them quite a lot, as I do want to look through our scout reports. As for the final game of the season, you can see there will be some farewell players here. Well, I think one actually. Well, some of these could leave next season, but Bryn Morris is most definitely here from day one. Scored, I think, maybe one of his first goals, or maybe first 2 goals with 2 screamers in episode 2 of season 1, which I'll never forget and thank him for. As yes, he's partnered up with Harry Clifton, the captain, for the final game. We are at home against Sheffield United. Can we get some points to go out with and end it on 64 points, which is a brilliant championship opening season. Big fireworks in the background as Daniel Jebison up front with Osula. They've got Ndai sat behind them, Koulibaly, Ben Osborne, Max Lowe, Jack O'Connell, Amen Hodzik, who's a brilliant player, I must say. John Egan's retiring, apparently, he's just said in the graphic. Jaden Bogle made the big mistake in the last game and got injured, despite being 81 overall. And Jake Eastwood, they're struggling for a goalkeeper. Eastwood still in goal. Antoine Hackford, we had him on loan, of course, up front for the bench. Harry Boyles is the backup goalkeeper, who isn't really any better. Reece Norrington Davis, a good player. It'll be a tester. So how is the day going to go here in our final game of the season against the Blades? Got the points against them really luckily, I must say, in the first game. And they've got a very decent team as Harry Clifton. Go on, Harry. Almost breaking through right there. Love the intent. I hate to say it, but it looks like potential, like rating-wise, is leaving Harry behind a little bit too much for my liking. Of course, he starts at like 59 rated, which is, I must say, disgraceful. Absolutely. Even with his National League form, he's a central midfielder slash winger who scored 7 goals in 1 season. As this is a good ball in the middle, though. And Scales tries to intercept it. And a shot comes in and Carter Hodgson gets low. Couldn't get his hands both gripping that ball to keep it out, but does manage to tap it round the post as a man's come short for them. And we'll run and try and block it a little bit, as that's a good little routine. Edge of the box. Got to make sure we get a tackle in. We don't, but it's a save. So we'll try and run away with this one. We're still going here. Liam Scales. You've got to get that pass off. It's Bogle who's caught him out, as it's talking about a relegation fight at the end of this season, which it does look. Reading in the thick of it as well, as that's a good run right there and a pass around the corner. Duncan Watmore to get running, who gets stopped. Unfortunate, as how have they kept onside right here as Hodgson, again, a brilliant save from our backup goalkeeper, who is on some spectacular flames at the moment. I've got to say, the number 19 probably will take Caden Jackson's number when he departs the club of 13, as this is a dodgy touch. And Gleno to read it, almost got the pass off to him. As they've still got the ball here of Sheffield United. Can't get that pass through, but it does still fall to him. Scales with a dodgy touch, and oh, it's put wide. That is the chance we scored against them with at Bramall Lane, so we're lucky ourselves. And so I just want a goal to end this season with. I don't like this goal drought that we're having in the last couple of games. Has not really got the ball. Don't think we've scored in a while, as that's a bad injury for debutant Bobby Dennis. Right, we'll take him off. Do not want to risk him despite it being the end of the season. We'll put Jasper Moon on. See how it can go with him, as it's half-time straight afterwards as well. Not a nice injury to end off with, but 0-0 with the Blades. We keep on fighting with the rotated lads. There's now a ball through the middle. Straight on to Duncan Watmore. Straight back in the middle, though. And now on to John McAtee, who was invisible in that first half. Going to try and get involved. Not a bad shot. And if I'm not mistaken, he made his return debut against Sheffield United in that first game this season, as Ndai trying to do a loop and succeeds, as that's over Gleno. Scales has got to come across. It's a ball in the middle, read by Godwin, but he's not great at clearing. They're still onside. And Godwin Maleef makes another error that costs us a goal. He's not having a great time at the moment. It's Jebison with it. One of the Blades youngsters getting them the lead. Look at that though. It's Scales right next to him and he makes that kind of pass. Just need to try and calm down as Carter Hodgson. Oh, dodgy pass, but it has worked out for us. Scales needs to drill that through the middle. There we go. We've got players waiting and we've got a player on the overlap. What a move this is. It's Harry Clifton. He's going to power this one and he's going to, of course, score against the ex-Mariners goalkeeper, Jake Eastwood, as Harry Clifton gets us level. Their captain for the day with a brilliant finish across the goalkeeper to make it all square here at Freeman Street. Fireworks celebrations, I know, as now the number 10 gives that round the corner. This is Jebson on the ball. He got it from, pretty sure it was Aluso. Was a good tackle from Scales far forward. Looks like we've got the tail between his legs as that's a brilliant run. Go on, Coxie, get on that. Unfortunate. Tell you what, it's not a final bad showing from us as that's a ball around the corner into Antoine Hackford. He's the number 10 actually, who was on loan with us as he's going to run down this wing, drills it across and whoa! Jasper just puts it over his own bar as we'll take Harry off. A brilliant game from the captain, Deli Bashiru, to come on. Don't know who the armband's going to go to. I think it's Deli Bashiru who just takes it straight off of him as they've got a run on here with Ndai into the middle, across the box a little bit. Brilliant block by Godwin as Scales losing it as defence just seemed panicked in the last month or so in this save as that's a ball around the corner and what a challenge it is. A late corner as we've took Coxie off as well for a debutant. We've got Bryn Powell making a debut. We do want to get him out on loan but he can get a couple of minutes at the end of this season as we're playing for, well, not the draw, but we're just playing to see how it goes now, aren't we? As that's a read from Gleno into Carter Hodgson. Just out to Scales. Header over his man. That's a brilliant header. Into Bryn, who's going to be playing the whole game with a brilliant dash out to Josh Eccles. Trying to run with it, but he's run too much with it and it's chipped over the top. As I think it is going to be the draw we aren't really disheartened about. Not a win late on in this season, but that is it. That is season number 1 of the championship season. Or season number 1 in the championship, so to say. Completely over in this Grimsby to glory. We're going to stay in this division. It's not going to be a triple bounce, but again, didn't really expect it when we get to this level. Championship, one of the hardest divisions, bar the National League to escape from, and I will definitely take it. A mid-table finish. I'm hoping top half, but we'll just see after this one, and however it is, it's a decent, easy survive season. We haven't the best of players as we finish bang in the middle on 12th. 62 points, level with the rivals Hull, which they should be ashamed about, to be fair, because we're just promoted. Going down is Derby, Plymouth and Reading. They are relegated. Portsmouth survive, Sheffield Wednesday survive, and Luton just, well, I won't say by the skin of the teeth, they did it by 7 points. As Bobby Dennis's injury was only 5 days, Josh Eccles should learn his new position for next season, which is centre mid. I'm pretty sure it was centre back I was training at. Okay, I'll take him as a centre mid anyway, because of course Bryn unfortunately will be leaving us, as we can do a stats roundup right here. Why not? We're going to start with Carter Hodgson, up and coming, brilliant player, but he's not fully progressed. So he's not expensive. Big teams might want to look at him next season, so it's a bit it's one of those, isn't it? If a big club comes in, I don't know what happens. As we do have Kai Bailey, who's a little bit worse off, I would say. He's not a wonder kid like Carter, but still he's a one-club man who could make a difference. As Ryan Alsop's brilliant as well, but he is getting towards his twilight years. But goalkeeper has quite a couple of twilight years. As Gleno, perfect really. 6.2 doesn't do him justice. Jaheim's dropped out a little bit, maybe a loan, I don't know. Bobby Dennis, probably going to try and get him a loan. Godwin stays good. Same with Scales. They haven't got the highest ratings because, of course, we have leaked goals, but we've done alright. As Marin Sverko definitely stays. Clark, I may be looking at a permanent for him. I will transfer list him. I want him to be a good player elsewhere. Niall Marr, I don't know what happens with him. Kilger the same. Jasper Moon the same. Tommy Shepherd, I definitely want to keep around the club. He's had his loan. He's back to stay, as Michia Fete will probably depart on the end of his loan. Coyle, brilliant. Come in. Really improve the team. Pritchard, I do want to maybe get a loan for. Good stats, but I might try and loan him. Bryn is unfortunately leaving us. He has just had age catch up with him big time with Austin Kirk. Probably leaving at the end of his loan, not really reaching potential. Dele Bashiru staying brilliant. Mowat the same. Harry the same. He's got the most out of the midfielders. 3 goals. Brilliant work from Harry Clifton. Josh Eccles will join that midfield and hopefully be decent as he's had a decent season. Ewan Pratt. Loan definitely. Maguire Drew. I'm thinking loan because looking at that 5.9 probably does need it. As Reggie Stone, it's going to be a struggle now. It is going to be a big struggle. No clubs come in for him just yet. But 21-year-old, got experience, 74 rated, not got a promotion for once. So maybe clubs were looking at trying to poach him. 11 goals, 8 assists. Norman's out on loan. Got Kirk, who's doing brilliantly at Sheffield United. John McAtee, back to stay. Hugo Stewart, definitely another loan. David Drew, hopefully leaves, although reaching a bit of potential. Sorry, I just don't see him being here. Bryn, definitely a loan. Goodwin, maybe a loan if we can get another striker in. Coxey, 5 goals, 3 assists. Not great, but definitely stays. Cullen stays. 14 goals is brilliant in the Championship. 7 for Watmore off the bench most games is brilliant. He stays. Caden will leave. And Lawson probably a loan to buy. That was quite a quick roundup, I would say. As player of the season is very hard to pick. Very hard. I mean, Reggie's been brilliant, but I don't think I'm going to give him it. I don't think I'm going to give him it. I think for a first season back, Liam Cullen's gone under the radar a bit. Of course, scored a lot of goals. 14, 4 assists in 37 games. I think's got to deserve a lot of credit for. So I'm going to give it Liam Cullen. I didn't expect that. So we've got 9 million from the money. I'm going to say wrong opposition to Reggie. Don't beat yourself up, Bryn. Won't really start, as I think it has been a good first season back in this Championship. I can see who we're going to face next, as Caden Jackson, unfortunately, does leave. I mean, not unfortunately that he's leaving, but not really a mainstay at this team. Maybe Bryn joins suits. Glad we agree, Clyde Clark, on your transfer. Finances should definitely be good next season. Maybe change the manager's appearance just to freshen things up. I do want to see other leagues. I want to see the stats after this as well, just to freshen it up and look at something new. As Peterborough and Oxford join us next season, and either Charlton, Coventry, Millwall and Exeter. Good to see Charlton back up there. As from the Premier League, who's the big boys who'll be facing us? It will be Brighton, Bournemouth and West Brom. No offence to them, but not the most exciting. I was hoping maybe a Nottingham Forest, an Everton, a Leeds dropping down here, but not to be, as we're going to check them player stats. Who's done well in terms of goals scored? Luling gets top scorer. We've got Cullen there at the bottom of this the list, which is pretty decent. Anyone else on this list? No, Reggie doesn't fit on just. As assist-wise, Reggie does fit on there in 9th. Anyone else from our boys? Not really. In terms of clean sheets, Allsop is up there, which is nice. Yeah, Hodgson's not had enough time to fit on that list. Yellow cards, we don't want to be on here, as we are right at the bottom, Harry with 2. And red cards we're not on, which is brilliant. A brilliant, good season. Brilliant first season, should I say, back in this Championship. As join us tomorrow for Season 5. As thank you guys for watching this episode. Don't forget, as always, to like, comment, share and subscribe. The viewers are going down on this series, but of course, I'm not worried. I'm enjoying myself. As long as you, the majority of you, of course, is enjoying it, I'm going to keep on going with it. I'm thinking of maybe new content to come out. Of course, we have the World Cup coming up very soon. We're going to get these bad boys up in that background, as I will see you guys all for the next episode. Take care of yourselves. I can't even speak. Take care of yourselves in a bit. Up the Mariners today. And peace.